Our next story we're going to be discussing is a Trump pump. The headline reads, "Time for Trump or Kamala to pledge to buy 20% of the entire Bitcoin supply." And thank you, Dalton Wilta. The gong gives me a chubby. Oh, boy. And thank you, Mohammed. I'll hit you guys with the gong when we get through with this next story. Keep the comments flowing. Keep the supers flowing. We're getting very close to hitting our target. 2 supers away. They got to be $5 or more, just FYI. But yeah, time for Trump to pledge to buy 20% of the entire Bitcoin supply. After weeks of a neck-to-neck presidential campaign between the Dems and Republicans, Trump's odds of being elected to president of the U.S. are on the rise, according to betting market Polymarket. Trump leads Democratic candidate Harris by a whopping 30-plus points at this time. Not too shabby. And despite Harris incorporating crypto into her campaign with the help of Mark Cuban, the presidency seems to be slipping away from the current vice president. Good. I mean, she's been in power for the past 4 years. If you like how things have been going for the last 4 years, by all means, vote her again. If you don't like what you have witnessed in the past 4 years, we need someone new, someone different. Trump has not brought up Bitcoin in a large campaign event in several months. There are numerous possibilities for Trump to court votes amongst Bitcoin community. Well, you know what he did do on Halloween Day? It's also the Bitcoin Satoshi white paper day, 16th anniversary from the day the white paper was launched by Satoshi. Trump did do a very special post to the Bitcoiners and reminded us that do not vote for Harris if you're a Bitcoiner, because she's anti-Bitcoin, clearly, with Gensler and Senator Warren. We all know this. Shout out everyone with the supers rumbling in. It's much appreciated. For example, it's time for Trump to reveal his intention of holding Bitcoin as a national strategic asset, which is what he did in Tennessee at the Nashville Bitcoin Conference. He should outline an extensive Bitcoin policy, highlighting his plan to scoop up 20% of the Bitcoin supply, or about 4 million Bitcoins. In fact, when he did speak, he said the United States will stockpile the Bitcoin if he is elected president. And RFK Jr., who is in his cabinet to make America healthy again, his goal was for them to stockpile 4 million Bitcoin by purchasing 400 Bitcoin a day per day every single day. Now, he should position this to get the United States out of debt. Trump also said that he would make the United States the Bitcoin mining hub of the entire world. I remember it because I watched it, and I have a podcast each and every day, and I don't miss a beat, so can't pull anything over on me. Trump should outline it. Harris could do the same, but she is unlikely to do so. Why? We all know she's an enemy of crypto. Now, despite a foray into the world of DeFi to the charge-in of the Bitcoin maxis, Trump demonstrated an understanding of how Bitcoin could be applied at the nation-state level, announcing his national debt plan. He can extol all the different virtues of Bitcoin and how it can benefit the nation of the USA. For example, he stated in his view, Bitcoin miners help to stabilize the energy supply in the grid. He committed in being an advocate for miners from his seat at the Oval Office. Trump posted on social media, Bitcoin mining may be our last line of defense against the CBDC, central bank digital currency. He also added, Biden's hatred of Bitcoin only helps China, Russia, and the radical communist left. We want all the remaining Bitcoin to be made in the USA. It will help us be energy dominant. Preach. Well said, Trump. The former president campaign was accepting crypto donations, as we know, and gone so hard after the Bitcoin vote. He pledged at the 2024 Libertarian Party Convention to commute Silk Road founder Ross Ulbricht's double life sentence, and he also reminded us that free Ross in the recent tweet on the 16th white paper anniversary day a few days ago. And Trump's campaign rhetoric was early shared by the Trump administration. Crypto innovators and others in the tech sector are under attack from Biden and the Dems. And while Biden stifles innovation with more regulation and higher taxes, Trump is ready to encourage American leadership in this and other emerging technology. So Trump, to be sure, does not view crypto as a currency, nor has he voiced any support for Bukele's Bitcoin legal tender law. That should change. Trump has a golden opportunity to be proactive and introduce policy as part of the campaign strategy to get elected. He should announce a plan to acquire a substantial amount of the Bitcoin with the intention of paying down the national debt. Trump should guarantee the right to self-custody and create a working group to explore the possibility of creating a Bitcoin standard similar to the classical gold standard. The U.S. could still create dollars. They would just have to be pegged to the Bitcoin. Let's make Bitcoin a strategic world reserve currency. How would that impact the price? Now, with the election only 3 days out, Let me know your thoughts and how you feel all this is likely to play out. Shamath P makes a bold price prediction and shares why Bitcoin will likely hit 240,000 this cycle. We also have been discussing Trump adopting 20% of the Bitcoin supply, stockpiling for the United States of America. So let's break all this down. The billionaire investor and former Facebook executive Shamath P, also an early Bitcoin OG, early adopter, is known for his fearless and forward-looking bets in the tech and financial worlds. His latest proclamation about Bitcoin as the future inflation hedge is gaining attention across the financial landscape, particularly his shocking price prediction of 240,000 per Bitcoin. Send it. Now, while Bitcoin's already showing signs of another rally and institutional adoption ramping up here in Q4, investors are watching the biddy, and they're watching Shamath P moves closely. Here's a breakdown of what Silicon Valley investors said and why he thinks Bitcoin could eclipse stocks, gold, and even cash as the ultimate inflation hedge. Well, we already know, fam. For those unfamiliar, Shamath P made his mark as one of the earliest executives at Facebook and later founded Social Capital, an investment firm focused on advancing the tech and financial industries. Shamath P was initially skeptical of crypto during the 2022 bear market, focusing his investments on other areas. But in a recent interview, he said, Bitcoin is now the best inflation hedge, dubbing it the breakout asset of the next 50 to 100 years. Preach! Shamath P's pivot towards Bitcoin marked a complete 180-degree turn, as he now believes it's on track to become the go-to asset for preserving wealth for the long term. Quoting him here, the breakout asset was going to be Bitcoin. I think it looks like it's going to be the resounding inflation hedge hedge asset for the next 50 to 100 years. So let's break down the case for Bitcoin over stocks, gold as inflation hedge. Historically, gold has been viewed as the safest inflation hedge, while stocks offer higher returns over time. But the Bitcoin supply limit of 21 million coins and increasing adoption as a digital gold offers a new inflation hedge. According to Shamath P, while the U.S. dollar continues to devalue due to the inflation, Bitcoin's decentralized limited supply structure makes it resilient as a store of value. Chart analysis have noted Bitcoin's pattern alignment with the previous bull runs of assets like the S&P and gold. Both have formed and broken out a technical pattern known as the cup and handle, which has been known to signal major price surges. Bitcoin's current setup on the same path could hint at a significant bull run to 240,000, pretty much in alignment with Max Kaiser's bottom target for this cycle. Max has been proclaiming 220,000. Now, the Bitcoin to gold chart has also revealed a head and shoulder pattern, which analysts recognize as one of the strongest bullish technical indicators. Here's how this pattern traditionally signals strength. Number one, formation of three peaks. The head is the central, tallest peak, flanked by two smaller peaks called the shoulders. Number two, we have the neckline breakout. When the price breaks above the neckline, the price often climbs by the amount equal to the distance from the neckline to the head's peak. In the Bitcoin case, this could project a massive surge to the 240,000 target. And if that isn't enough, let's discuss the Fibonacci retracement. This level adds weight to Shamath P's price target, mapping the previous highs to record lows. Fibonacci projections point to the same 240,000 region for the Bitcoin. So here's the final thoughts. Shamath P's bullish outlook and technical factors are aligning. Bitcoin could be set for a run that redefines its place in the global financial system. If Shamath P is right, Bitcoin may not only serve as a hedge against inflation, but also emerge as a mainstream store of value, surpassing both gold and equities in resilience and growth. And if Bitcoin does indeed hit $240,000, how will that impact your life? And right alongside, what if Trump were to pledge to buy 20% of the entire Bitcoin supply for the United States of America? You know, again, RFK Jr. said they'd like to stockpile 4 million Bitcoin. How do you think this would impact the Bitcoin price action with election day 3 days away? Let me know your thoughts, family, in the comments. I'll read your comments out loud. And welcome everyone to the Q&A segment of the live stream. Did someone say there's another storm brewing? Oh no, Cardi B just wants more freak off parties. That's right, she don't want to go to prison. They got some blackmail on her. Mark my words, especially with her publicly talking about drugging men and robbing them. I have no respect for that behavior. I think she belongs in prison with her influence, telling girls to drug men. Like, what the fuck's up with that?